that was there for me from the beginning, that um stayed with me through thick and thin. I want to thank my spiritual sister Angela for being supportive of me at all times. I want to thank my spiritual brother Nathan for being with me all times. I want to thank Philly John for helping me, and with my channel, pushing it out to where I grew and grew and grew. I want to thank everybody out there. Now, um I want to show you a video that Donald Trump is keeping his word. That's number one. And number two, people are saying, what is Donald Trump going to do for black people? First of all, Donald Trump is supposed to do for all race, creeds, and colors. I'm tired of this racism. I'm tired of this separatism. I'm tired of this prejudice. See this bias. I'm tired of it. And for people to always say, what is President Trump going to do for black people? Black people, half of us don't even do for each other. And I'm so sick to my stomach always hearing this. What is whoever's in office, what are they going to do for black people? And black people don't even do for black people. Black people, we don't trust each other. We stab each other in the back, and we take each other out, and we take each other's away from families, members, and everything. So what is black people going to do for black people? What is black people going to do for black people? What can we do for you? So yes, yeah, you're right about that. And I have to agree with you, Andy, because black people need to start doing for black people. We need to do stuff for ourselves. We do. All this depending on other people. Our ancestors never depended on anybody. Our ancestors depended on themselves, and that's how they got to where they got. And we are a disgrace right now to our ancestors. But I'm going to show you what Tom Holman already did. Trump kept his word on a lot of stuff. I'm going to show you this video is from a brother you need to go join. Hold on for 1 minute.
This point will result in the arrest, prosecution, and possible application of force. Advertencia. Esta es una área restringida federal. Fuera de los límites del personal no autorizado. La entrada o el movimiento no autorizado más allá de este punto dará lugar a la detención, al procesamiento y la aplicación posible de la fuerza.
Want to really see something, just take a look at what happened. We will make America proud again. We try to. We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
All right, beautiful people, my brothers and sisters, this thing is started.
Now I'm going to pause it for a minute right there. How's everybody doing? Peace to everybody. Like I said, Donald Trump didn't go back on his word. He put a national emergency on the border. Nobody can come. And I understand that woman's pain, but I blame this on Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for allowing this. They allowed this by opening the border and having everybody come here for free. And they thought that everybody was able to do it. So now they said, no, that's it, no more. That is it. That's a wrap. A lot of them came here, I understand, for reasons why they came here. Some of them was being threatened, and it was, they was being harmed and everything. But a lot of them came here to do harm to people. That's what a lot of them did. A lot of them came here to do harm to people. Now, a lot of them did. The last one was the 61-year-old lady that was minding her business, homeless on the train, which America should have took care of her and other homeless people. They should have took care of them. They should have took care of them, and they came here. Yes, they did. A free lunch, Andy. a free lunch. They came here, and Joe Biden just gave them everything. They gave them everything, and they got spoiled for 4 years. And Trump warned us, and a lot of us was in our feelings. It was a color thing to a lot of blacks, which I'm tired of this blackity black stuff. I am so fed up. Like the elderly blacks, they was the ones that was abused. The elderly blacks had to really, really put their foot down for us, generational blacks right now, to follow their footsteps and do the right thing. Half of us did and half of us didn't. Now all of a sudden everybody's saying, well, what is Trump going to do for blacks? First of all, Trump is supposed to do for everybody. And this ain't just no black thing. This not just a white thing, Indian thing. Okay, it's for everybody. The thing is, I grew up in a different household. I went to school with every race of people. My brother-in-law is Caucasian. My brother's kids are half Puerto Rican and black. We never saw race. We saw a person and we saw their heart. We didn't care about what color they was. So all this, what are they going to do for black? What is he going to do for black? No, he's going to do for everybody. And like I said before, black people hardly do for black people. What do we do for ourselves? A lot of us that try, that live in a bad situation, that try to do for ourselves, has to go through gunfire, has to go through drugs, has to go through getting robbed, has to go through, because I speak a certain way and I decided to go to school, has to be called Uncle Tom, sellout, token Negro, and everything else in the book. So Trump has got to do for everybody, because on this planet Earth, in America, a lot of people are suffering of all races. I don't care what race we call you, you're suffering. And because of what he did, he closed the border. He said, that's enough. And tomorrow, Tom Holman allegedly is supposed to take a ride. It's supposed to go to Chicago and do what he has to do. Exactly, yeah. What did Black Lives Matter, sis? Never did none. You know this, sis. You noticed. Black Lives Matter was a scam from the beginning. They used the Black American community and left everybody dry. This is what Black Lives Matter did. They used the Black American community and left everybody high and dry. They went out and bought these houses that cost $4 million a piece. They hired people in there. I did a whole investigation on them. I did a whole investigation. They hired their family, was giving their family $200,000-$300,000 a year. These people robbed us and took the money and ran. And to be honest, yes, thank you, sis. The human race. Thank you, sis. How do Black people expect anyone to do things for them when they? Thank you. Thank you, Donald. Thank you. We don't do nothing for ourselves. No, we don't. We con each other. We make promises we can't keep to each other. We take each other out. We take each other from our family members, man, from other people's family members. So what are they talking about? And Tom Holman is doing his job. He's not playing. He is not. Let me see if I can play some more of this, but he's not playing. He's not playing at all.
And we are off on day one. Day one. It's this day one, y'all. We're going to jump in, baby.
Now, in less than 15 hours, Donald Trump is set to take office after a resounding win in November, fueled in part by Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. What was an...
Those clips I just showed y'all, what just happened a couple minutes ago. He's in there. He just signed paperwork.
Open border disaster, the biggest national security, self-imposed national security disaster in our history, and of course the shocking rise in crime committed by illegals. We have terrorists that are known terrorists in our country. We have murderers, we have rapists, we have cartel members, we have gang members in our country. Over the weekend, reports circulating saying that ICE officers are preparing for large-scale raids in blue cities as early as Tuesday. Now, soon after this began circulating, incoming Trump administration border czar, our friend Tom Holman, said plans are still up in the air, but earlier tonight, Donald Trump promised to end the invasion on our southern border by sunset tomorrow. Take a look.
By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt, and all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on their way back home.
Pack your bags.
Tom Holman is here with much more. We've known each other a long time. I cannot think of a better person for this job than you. One of the funny things about you, it's hard to get you to smile, because when you dial into something and you have a mission ahead of you, you're over the target, you're dialed in. What do you expect tomorrow, and how fast do you move?
We move immediately. The President Trump is going to sign a series of executive orders. I know they are, but I'm not going to get ahead of them. They're going to be game-changing. We're going to start securing our border day one. We're going to start a deportation operation day one.
I showed y'all what day one just looked like. They out there crying. Yeah, day one. Day one. We have spoken loud and clear. We are off to a new direction. The golden age, baby.
You're not playing no more, man. The playtime is over. Playtime is over. And like I said, I blame Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for this, because they just let these people come in, gave them all type of free stuff, and people in America that's here right now have to work 2 jobs, have to work 16-hour shifts, can't hardly pay their rent, can't hardly pay their bills, have to, live off of sometimes noodles and tuna fish. I mean, and then the ones that's in the street are homeless. I did a live about maybe 4 days ago, and how it works in the city of New York. You have to be homeless in the streets for 6 months, and the people that come to check on you, you have to be in that same spot for 6 months before they can take you into a shelter. Did you hear what I'm saying? You have to be homeless in the same spot, and they have to make sure that you're there 6 months before they come and finally take you. Then they take you and bring you to a shelter where it's a lot of people are mentally ill. You might get hurt. You might get your stuff stolen. Then you have to go see a counselor. And after you see a counselor, the counselor has to, determine how fast, they can put you in what they call independent living. You live with a couple of people, y'all share a bathroom, y'all live in a room. Then from a room, then will they give you Section 8 to where you can go get your own place to live. So it's a process. What's going on, Gene? It's a process. That's how it is, because we deal with them every year. You could be dead and gone in 6 months then. Yeah, it's crazy, Terrence. I'm telling you, we deal with it with public safety. We deal with it. We have dealt with people that was homeless in the streets for like 5 years. 5 years people have been homeless in the street. Hey, how you doing, TN? So this is how it goes. It goes 6 months. The person comes to see you. That's your counselor. And then after your counselor, it may go another 6 months, a year, and then they say, okay, we're going to take you and we're going to bring you into a shelter. The shelter could be horrible, but you have to deal with it. Then after that, you have to go to a place called independent living, where you stay with a couple of people. You got your own room, at least you're warm, but you have your own room and a bathroom and a kitchen. You have to sign in and out. So if you want to get a job, you have to let them know, I just got a job and I have to work from this time to this time. They have to agree with it. And then, because if you don't let them know, you can lose your bed and then you're out in the street again. So you have to let them know, listen, I just got a job and I'm working I'm getting such and such, and I work from this hour to this hour, and is it okay? They got okay, then they'll save your bed. That's how they do it. And then only then the council will come to you and say, okay, we have a place for you, we have your own apartment. Then it still takes time from there, because after then, department, you have to go to be interviewed by the landlord or the building of that place, the person who owns the building or the landlord. Then they determine if they're going to take you or not. And then you still have to wait more, because now they have to have inspectors and stuff to come and inspect the building, inspect the place you're going to live, and then you can finally be safe. But sometimes that takes years. I've known people in the street that had to take 5 to 10 years to do this. So it's a price. It's not like when they came, Trump let them in, put them in a shelter. Some of them got houses. Some went and got a job. They gave them all this money. They took the money. Y'all see what I did Sunday. I videotaped of what they were selling. They had it easy, but the homeless people here, no, it ain't easy. Let me finish letting you hear this.
We'll start looking for over 300,000 missing children day one. All three, day one.
Isn't it like 375,000 children that we have no idea where they are? They're lost in our country, and they were used by illegals to get into the country for asylum purposes?
Absolutely, because this administration didn't do proper vetting. They didn't do DNA testing. Over 500,000 kids trafficked in this country. They released their unvetted sponsors, and now we got to try to find them. And it's going to be difficult because you and I have a footprint. We know how to find us. Children don't have a footprint, so it's going to be extremely difficult. I
want to find the kids. That's so important, and that should be a top priority, no doubt about it. Do we have any idea, let's start group by group, how many known terrorists are in this country? Because Biden and Harris allowed in people from nearly 200 countries, including, let's see, Iran, Syria.
That's another thing. And my sister Angela could contest us. I did a video on it. We were so focused on the Latin ones. What happened to the other ones that came to this country? Like you said, Syria, Egypt, China, India. A lot of them just disappeared, like poof. So where are they? We're the people that came in from the Middle East, and people that came in from India, and people that came in from Iran, everywhere. Think about that. Think about that.
Afghanistan, Egypt, Venezuela, China, Russia. Tom, we've been friends a long time. You're not going to convince me that they made that long trek to come to America because they want a better life for themselves and their families, which I believe many people that entered illegally do want. That's what they were seeking. I believe these terrorists want to bring harm. How many people do you think we've identified accurately that are known terrorists or have known terror ties?
I think we realize about 400 that we know, but let's remember, 2.2 million gotaways, right? These are 2 million people that paid more to get away. They didn't pay less to get a free airline ticket to the city of their choice, get a free hotel room, get 3 squares a day, get free medical care. They paid more not to get vetted or fingerprinted and get away. That should scare the hell out of everybody. It does me. I've been doing this. I've worked for 6 presidents. This is the 7th administration I worked for. I've never seen anything like this.
They paid more to get in. That means they wanted to get in for a reason. I have said this. I hope you tell me I'm wrong. I pray to God that I'm wrong. But I think it's a matter of when, not a matter of if. If there are terrorists in this country, I believe they are all plotting, planning, scheming an attack on our homeland. I think it is inevitable. It will happen. Am I wrong in thinking that? How do you find terrorists? How do you find the known murderers, rapists, cartel members, Venezuelan, Trinidad, gang members in nearly 20 states? How do we find them all?
Well, first of all, you're not wrong. I think something's coming. And look, we already stopped.
Wish I was, Tom.
8 Tajikistans, right? We arrested 8 people that were in Philadelphia, New York, and LA that were planning a Russian-type terrorist event. Luckily, the intelligence community called them on chat before they did it. But something's coming. I'm convinced something's coming. 2 million people don't cross the border. We don't know who they are, where they came from, why they came here. And you think after 9/11, right, we created all these databases, no-fly lists, FBI screening database, visa security program, which worked pretty good the last 20 20 years. But now, why would you put yourself in a position to get a ticket or a visa knowing you're going to be vetted when you can simply go to Mexico, pay the cartels a little bit extra money, and be a getaway? This is the biggest national security vulnerability I've seen in my career.
Okay, and self-imposed. You know, we did something during the campaign, and we scrolled the names of the people that were murdered.
Sis, remember I said that sis didn't I do that video? Where they at? I told you, even at my job, we spoke. And when I said something to my one of my chief supervisors, he said, he said, you right? I said, yeah. They just disappeared into the mind. Like nobody's talking about them. It seemed like nobody's worried about them. They just, the Middle Easterns and the Asians and the Indians just poof, gone. Nobody knows about them. Let them finish.
The names you never heard of, or you've heard of them, but most Americans didn't hear of. There are the Laken Rileys, the Rachel Morans, the Jocelyn Ungarys, but there's a list of so many others murdered, raped, including children, other victims of violent crime, other crimes taking place. We'd scroll their names. Think of it, if tomorrow Kamala Harris was being sworn in as president, okay, borders would remain open, we'd have free housing, healthcare, education, subsidies, and she would offer free sex change operations to illegal immigrants. I mean, can you have a greater degree of separation in terms of ideology and philosophy?
No, and look, President Trump is going to secure the border at the highest level ever. He's going to beat the last time. We're going to finish the job, right? Secure borders save lives. When you secure the border, less fentanyl comes across to kill Americans. Yeah. Less women and children get sex trafficked. Less terrorists get in. It just 600% increase in sex trafficking under the Biden administration. Securing the border is going to save lives. President Trump is a game changer. I've worked for 6 presidents. No one's better, and I can't wait to get started.
It finished from there. It's finished from there, but yeah, where are they? Hope everybody enjoyed that. I'm always going to keep you informed. Just because he's in office, I'm going to still keep you informed of what's going on, and I'm going to keep you informed about the New York City subway station. Allegedly, they're going to put, Kathy Holcombs is going to put 2 officers on each car in New York City, because New York City went back to the 70s and 80s and the early 90s. I remember when I was a kid, Ed Koch, when he was running this city, it was horrible. And Angie, she's my older sister. She can let you know, she's older than me. The city was horrible. It was really, really bad. That's how bad. Let me see if I can find a video that I saved. There's a video I saved, and this is what Bernard gets. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Okay, here it is.
System on a great level. But we always got on at the last car of the train, but we robbed everybody from the last car all the way to the front on the same fucking train.
You couldn't mind it. My first case was in 1989. My charge was 18 counts of robberies. I didn't do none of them. The trains there, like,
excuse me for the cursing.
On the train.
So then, leave it open.
You couldn't ride it then, like.
December 22nd, 1984, the ingredients of fear stewing in the collective unconscious of the Big Apple all come together in the perfect storm of race, revenge, and violence on the L train. Bernie Getz, a self-employed computer repairman from the East Village, enters the subway at the 14th Street Union Square station. He is soon approached by 4 black teenagers. Getz drew his .38 caliber revolver and fired 6 shots at the teenagers. All 4 of the men were shot. Getz then, according to certain witnesses, approached one of them, aimed his revolver, and said, "You don't look too bad. Here's another."
Bernhard Hugo Getz, who in the shorthand of the street and the press has come to be known as the Subway Vigilante, was released on bail last night, a welcome home Bernie sign greeting him when he got to his apartment.
Hey, do you have anything to say to the people who are out there supporting you?
Thank you. Today, more signs of support as Getz went to court for a preliminary hearing. The shooting took place on just one subway in just one city, but Bernhard Getz and what he did has touched something in Americans all over the country. They're talking about him in Denver.
Obviously, everybody's on Brady Getz side, and so am I. I think what you're saying here, people are saying they're mad as hell and they're not going to take it anymore.
Option number one, stand idle by and allow the hoodlums to kill you. Option number two is for to pray that the police can do it, even though we know they cannot. And option number three, the Bernie Getz solution, who unfortunately is being called a vigilante. And if he's going to call him a vigilante, let's call him the good vigilante.
It was a robbery on a Jewish motherfucker.
Everybody that lives in New York City remembers Bernhard Getz. Believe that. Thank you, brother. Remembers Bernhard Getz. I remember that. I remember that. 1984. I remember that. I'm about to get out of here because I have to go to work tomorrow. But thanks for everybody for, coming in. But like I said, Trump is doing his business. Tom Holman, salute to you. And to all the blacks out there, stop saying that what is everybody going to do for us? We have to start at home. We have to start doing for us. We're not crippled. We came from some good ancestors. We have to stop with this. Hey, Nathan, that's my brother. I love him. We have to stop with this. Donald Trump has to do for every human race that lives in the United States. I'm out. Salute anybody who wants to leave me a donation. My Cash App and everything is there. I'm out of here. Peace.